did do some damage. So, there's a bit of a sneaky plan happening. Not going to work sadly with the likes of David and of course keeping eyes on that one. But the forward bunker has been claimed and captured by the Allied side. The likes of course now left standing. He's going to try and do some work. And he's feeling very lonely right now. He's going to try and take on the engineers. And he's doing just that. Does get one, I do believe, but actually no, it was a team kill from OTA coming in, but of course does get a second with that Luger, but I think it may do some more damage than good, because he does now get that suit, so that's going to allow access towards that door. I do believe the likes of Mouse are now keeping eyes on that, because you can see the rather sneaky ninja trying to make his way through, and that's going to put some early pressure. The likes of Revers go down very quickly, but now the Mouse is now running out of ammo, and well, Revers is through, here comes OTA, and the rest of them, the Allied side are looking very good so far. Keep this pressure up, and there's a charge, big revive there from Reload, darting across, leaping to absolute victory, but Winghaven's MG42 is set up. We saw it happen before, and we saw how much it hurt. Let's see if Knight can somehow do anything, because well, his team are being picked apart at the seams at the moment. Knight does lay down some fire towards a cause, does make it count as well, but the revive does come in. No gives happening there. Winghaven gets one, gets two. Winghaven is just tearing them apart, placing those bullets in the bodies of the opposing side, not allowing a moment for them to rest on their laurels. So that's going to be hurting. It's pretty disheartening, but I do believe the Allied side have actually snuck across towards that CP area. The likes of Reload already positioned himself perfectly, really bringing that aggressive bit of fire. He doesn't even manage a frag though, allowing Margie back into that CP area. The likes of Revers do try and do something of work, but not going to happen. If anything, they're just merely putting them off balance, allowing the TLR side now to get themselves back into position and settle down just a touch. Winghaven does actually get caught out by Clown's artillery spawn. That's not where he wanted to be going, and I think that's the only thing that's really taken him down so far. So let's see with the likes of Otia and I believe it's Senji repping that Sten, going to make their way towards that CP. Trying to stick with their medic. Here we go, pushing up towards those stairs. Margie laying down a hell of a lot of bullets, but oh, here comes a back rage from Clown. That's going to be putting them right back in their place, back to that respawn point. They've got to go as a collective. That's what you've got to keep doing on this map. It's very hard because obviously there's so many routes on here. You do have obviously the main kind of run through. You've got that side area where you can kind of jump down and lay down the fire across the courtyard. And it is an easy map to do it on. But you know, if you push as a collective, you can really pick apart the Axis side. But let's see if we can do it. Of course, kicking things off here now with that rifle grenade landing perfectly. I think Jack has the likes of Mouse now getting to his element. Does get another frag there. Strange place of Senji. That's got to be killing him now, because here we go. Winghaven finally kicks into action with that MG42 and says, well, nice try. Come again, you know, a little bit later. See how you feel a little bit of time down the line. So now you can see the Axis side just pushing forward a little bit, dropping those nades, keeping them back even further, respawning now and allowing themselves to set back up if they can. But the Allied side aren't giving up as of yet. 2 minutes 44 on the board. There is still a hell of a lot of time left in this one. The likes of Jackass and Reload pushing towards that CP area, and oh dear, Jackass shot his load too early, trying to break down the CP entrance. Margie still holding strong. The likes of Revers feeling very lonely on main, laying down the fire as best he can, but well, to what avail is the question as Knight rip apart his teammates with Senji in tow. And well, it's not going too well for the Allied side of them. They had such a great start. You know, they weren't hindered by that kind of overbearing time. As against the Winghaven gets one, gets two, gonna get a third. No, now steals that from him. Margie joins in the fun. And well, that is a lot of pain for the d.intel side, who are being made to look a little bit amateur right now by Mouse, Winghaven, and Clown really stepping up to the point here. He's been laying down such great supported fire. Winghaven again. Oh my god, it's a repeat of the last spawn here, folks. And that has just got to be demoralising for the d.intel side. They're being picked apart barely before they step a foot towards the Axis players. Clown now chimes in. It's literally going all the Axis players' way. Senji has slipped through somehow, but I think the likes of Margie and Clown are rather aware of this. And here comes that fire, here comes the pain, and oh, we've been dropped down immediately. Otia as well, following suit. And that is a nice clean play from TLR. GG's being called from Otia already. And there we have it. What a great bit of play that was. I always had, I was thinking, the Allied side are doing really well. That first stage, they looked very confident, very much heading the game, they were pushing the right time, they're working as a collective. But as soon as they got here, they just didn't seem to make any impact. So what do you think actually went wrong there? They just literally got to this point, and they just got pinned down. Was it just Winghaven being an absolute beast with that MG42?
Played a definite part in that, I doubt. They just were overly aggressive with the basically. I mean, the end was like, obviously when they was getting fire, they just seemed to get bottlenecked.
Yeah, it's really kind of easy to set it up as a defending side on this, especially because you get such an opportunity to, the way the map's just laid out like that. with obviously the entry still in play, you could just sit back nice and far. You know, you didn't even have to be that involved in your team because you can watch so much of the crush. They've got to get to that CT area. They've got to kind of get a hold on that part, give themselves that frontward spawn. And, you know, if you deny that from them, you know, it's an uphill struggle at the best of times. But Tommy, I've got to ask you. You know, you've been casting Black Ops 2 with me. You've you know, played obviously Call of Duty 4 as well. How does it feel casting enemy territory for you, or at least kind of watching this kind of caliber of game?
It's different. It's one of those Quake games relies heavily on movement and aim, and obviously game sense, but it's an objective game at the same time. It's a game where you actually have to really think.
Indeed, and that's what I love about enemy territory, that kind of, the superficial look of it. Obviously, if you just look at the game, you're like, oh, they've got great movement, oh, that aim's really cool, I like the way that played out. You know, that's great, but then you start playing, you're like, why can't I replicate that? Why can't I do what I just saw? And the depth of the game is second to none. You know, I play Call of Duty, I loved Call of Duty, I got fairly good at it, but there was no kind of team play depth that you see in the likes of an enemy territory. It's not there.
Yeah,
And very few games have it.
Teammates, where ET is not exactly like that.
Dude, it's pretty damn incredible, enemy territory. The kind of subtleties that made it what it was, and what it is still. Obviously, I don't play enemy territory actively anymore. I love the scene. I love who it, you know, who it is. You know, it's got such a personality to it. But the point is, it's sadly not as active as it once was. And guys, if you are watching this, I do appreciate you guys tuning into the very first kind of who gave it an attempt. You know what I mean? It was an attempt, I think, is the best way to put it. Obviously, we'll work on the config and a couple of other bits and pieces. Sorry, excuse me. And obviously, I'll get better at casting it. This is the first time I've ever casted enemy territory in about 5, 6, a long time ago. So do bear with my casting. The game sense will come back, as will my casting ability, because I haven't casted throughout Christmas. I had a bit of a Christmas break. It was awesome. I loved it. I kind of, you know, I took a step back and appreciated, you know, everything else. But what did you guys do for Christmas? Let me know. I will be reading chat. I'm going to try to, at least. I want to speak to you guys. There's no delay on the stream as such, so in theory, you should be able to talk kinda directly to me. And I do say kinda. I will be more focused on the game, I'm sorry. But I will be checking chat now. So guys, if you do want to say hello, do feel free to do so. I will be keeping eyes on that because you guys are sexy, sexy people, clearly. And we'll be going on to Gold Rush. So what a map this is. Tommy, who do you think we should be looking out for on this map? Because it's quite a specific map. You do see kind of certain players playing certain roles. So, you know, there'll be likes of Mouse, I can imagine, will be, you know, focused on one area. I do remember vaguely him playing main, I think, on the defensive side by the palm tree. I could be very wrong. This is going back some time.
I've always actually enjoyed seeing the rifle grenaders. Like, I'm not sure if Cos is going to play rifle on this. I'm guessing he will do. I've always been keen on it because you can pull some amazing shots if just by sitting on the tank, and you've got like the side to your vision, you've got main to your vision. Well, not exactly to your vision, but you can bounce some grenades there and get decent calls. You get back to your vision. So I always just enjoy seeing how a rifle on Gold Rush and defense. That's what I like to watch.
Yeah. No, I tend to agree. I never was able to rifle. That was the thing for me. It was like, I don't understand what you're doing with that, sir. Sir, what are you doing with the rifle grenade shooting things? But it's awesome to see if someone plays it well. Obviously, I think it'll be Revers up against a Cos in the rifle battle. So who comes out the best of that one. But we are going to go live into this one, and we are going live right now. The Allied side being d.intel with the defending Axis team. Being the 1-0 TLR, the likes of David now respawn right at the back, but here we go. Let's follow the attacking side. Let's see where they fancy going. Winghaven has opened things up with a nice early nade onto Jackaz. Keep it fed by Revers, so avenging that fallen teammate. The likes of who was that spawning back? It was David. He actually got out aimed by Reload, pushing around the back. I do believe Jackaz does get found though by that rifle grenade. Well, the K43, but you know what I mean, guys. Here comes that further fire from Cos. Great play from him, taking out two already. Finally put out onto the game by Reload. But wow. Reload getting caught right in the middle of a trap there. Mines going off and just about everything else. Senji now making a breakthrough towards that side area. He does find one. Gonna have to sit back now. He can't overly extend in this area. He's been caught off guard. I believe that was David trying to make up for the absolute shambles that was his back spawn there. But now here comes that little break towards the back. Winghaven pushing out towards side. Oh, great nade from Winghaven. flies out through the air, and now Reload and Shoutcast focus towards that back area. You can see them now laying down the fire. It's such a nagging place to go to, because no one really wants, you can't really focus it without being overly kind of exposed towards main and side. So any Axis player will have to kind of pick it up on the fly, and then you get a chance to, you can see everyone being kind of tagged up, dropped down, being able to does go down to the fire. I do believe that was Reload out to pick that one. Now Knight joins in on the fun. Shoutcast, Knight, and Reload. What a combo to be going up against. And here we go, there comes the revive train. Hopefully it does last, but no, that run from it does make all the odds. And there we have it. A cause goes huge, two big frags. They may not be of the moving quality that you see here, there, and everywhere, but that can really stop the push. That saved the day. That mine and that frag. That stopped that tank being repaired. That stopped the absolute run that was coming towards them. So that, things like that you don't necessarily see in frag movies, but TLR making the most of the great spawn time they have. And Winghaven ripping the far side. 1, 2, 3 frags for Winghaven. Incredible play from him. Tapping out, respawning, and you've got to be feeling pretty happy with that one. Even a cause from the grave there does take down Senji at side, and the same kind of setup goes again. Shoutcast back, Reload back, Knight joins in on the fun every now and then, likes of Senji pushing side, and they're going to try and keep doing this until they get that little bit of a lucky break, but the likes of the Cause are absolutely on fire right now. The landmines just blaring towards the faces of the Allied side, as well as Rough standing pretty darn well. TLR are looking very, very established, and yeah, there we go, we do see it, on the defending side we do see Mouse there playing that tree kind of area, because he can aim so well. It's such a hard place to play. I used to play Medic, I used to focus, because this is so, like, aim dependent. You've got to be able to switch positions, you've got to aim very differently. You know, it's not just, you know, being able to aim very well in a corridor where it's very kind of static. This is all at different, you know, heights, lengths. It's incredible to be able to play that very well. Wolfenstein does do just that, but here comes the Allied push, and well, this one's looking a lot better. Reload and Forever's picking up the frags now. Where's the engineer though? That's the big question. Reload and Knight break through the back. Here comes Shoutcast, finds one mine. Oh, he drops in a second. Luby revived in due time. Senji comes in, does pick up the revive there, and I do believe the tank will be taken. And there we have it. Of course, the Twin pops up there though, still ripping apart the Allies with that K-43. Absolute precision play from him. But nevertheless, the tank is now on its way. So Winghaven now trying to defend this little barrier they're going to try and set up. He does pick up the frag down to Red, as Jackie's dropped down as well to Winghaven. This man is on fire at the moment. He's doing absolute wonders for his team. I'm very, very impressed with Winghaven. It does remind a lot of people how good he was. Just that spam, that really key play that comes in. And now with that barrier in place, that's going to slow down the attacking side. They can't just run at the objective. They can't just escort that tank straight down there. You can set up a nice little choke point here as that's the axis. To be seen the likes of Mouse really enjoying that element of the main. The likes of Winghaven putting down the artillery support, but now Senji is just taking as a red rag to the ball, taking down 2 frags already. Going to continue that play with the pistol, getting out the shot. That's a bit of a task onto David. Well, David will take it out. So Shoutcast as well joins in the fun. Revers 2. And the tank is nevertheless encroaching towards that barrier, and they do need to get that plant. I can imagine that's why the likes of Revers and Shoutcast are already stacking this Senji build. And there we go. Dynamite down, 30 seconds for that to go off, but where are the Axis side? Will they even try and go for this one? That is a question. They've already built that back barrier. The likes of Clown pushing up towards the CP. There is I think there's actually 2 Dynamites on that now. It'll be a bit of an uphill struggle to get towards us at the moment. The likes of Revers now prowling around beyond, just below that CP area, and he's actually done perfectly well. Revers and Shoutcast in complete unison there, taking them apart and defending that plant that they got straight into place. And now the Axis side will have to sit back onto that last stage, that nice 3rd stage here. They have to defend that gold. If you guys are new to enemy territory, or if you've just kind of tuned in, you're like, what the hell is this weird game? Well, it's awesome is all you gotta know. It's enemy territory, it's Wolfenstein enemy territory, and this is 2 of the best teams of their time already going head to head. This is going back some time. This is in 2007 we saw this. 24th of 2007, better. If you guys want to know what Winghaven is doing, what he does best, and that is spamming the hell out of his opponents. 2 artillery frags there going into the goods, and Knight trying to spot the pack. Not really connecting much of them, he's just taking Clown out of the game. And now the Axis trying to take a stand, but they're just going in dribs and drabs. They don't have that collective presence that they normally do. They need to stop that and sort that the hell out. Oh my god, all the fields for this game, and hello Slider. See guys, you talk in chat, I talk back to you. Start talking, folks. And that tank is now in place, going to blow apart that bank doors and allow the Allied side access to those ever so beautiful gold bars that are now just waiting to be stolen. And can the defending side somehow lock this one down? TLR now really on the back foot. They've got to somehow work this one out. They've got to kind of lock this down a little bit better than they've done. Because, you know, at first they did well. They had a nice kind of bit of pace behind them. They'd really locked things down. They'd, you know, controlled the pace. Of course, is once again controlling the opposing side with an absolute stick behind them, beating them back into place. Very well played from him. So Mouse David pushing up, just going to drop out those nades, tap out, respawn, regroup, and get this on lock. That's what he needs to do, but you can see the likes of Knight even just pushing down with that Panzer. Can he get a big frag in? Oh, he gets one, can't manage a second. Ouch. Can't wait for ET Live so this game comes back to life. That's a very good point, actually. I really want to try out ET Live. And have you guys seen that Dirty Dog game as well? That